and welcome back to this week's video. So this week I want to do an avatar doll. And no, not the blue guys. And like in the intro of the show, I want to start with water. Like you guys know from my pie show video, I really like Korra, but for this time I wanted to start with an OG character, so we're gonna do Katara. I already started to sand her down when I have like 5 minutes because it's taking so long. Anyway, for Katara, I'm gonna start with her original design. There's also these honorable mention. If you guys want to see these designs, please let me know down in the comments. And with that, let's go to the video. This doll was so hard to sand down. I could not do it with my Dremel because it was too powerful, and this sanding block was just too weak. I would sand down for 20 minutes and then ask my boyfriend to sand some more. I would take a break and then would do another 20 minutes. And I did that for a couple of nights. So after too much time, I ended up with something like this, which is super acceptable for her. And now to familiar territory, let's cut her hair and plug them out. I also wanted to give her a quick color change just to unify the color. But if you're like my boyfriend asking every time he sends her, why did I put so much trouble on myself and him if I'm going to paint her? Well, the paint will eventually peel off at the joint, and she was the closest to the skin tone I wanted, so it was just more intelligent to go with her. So after 6 layers of paint, she's just a tad darker, which is perfect for Katara. The paint almost peeled off at every pluck I put in her head, but here it goes. I love it. It is such a great hair color for Katara. We also can start on the face paint. I had to just do a quick sketch on my iPad like usual. Katara usually have big eyes and big irises. Depending on the season, the eye shape can change a little bit, so I'm gonna do a balance of in between her happy and mean face, just so she will be a little bit more poseable for the final shots. I also wanted to try and blush around her face and tried some highlights, but even with as much layers as I did, it didn't show that much, but her lips surely did. Well, it did just enough, because at that age, I don't think she would have wear makeup, so I just wanted her to have a small difference in coloration, just like a normal lips would have. And her eyebrows are of course the same color as her hair. With that, we can now skip to her outfit. For that, I found a super light blue linen and used a pattern for Chinese traditional dress, again from Rad Doll. I still did modify it just a little bit, but like usual, I sew where it needed it to be sew, I glue where it needed to be glue, and then do it all again, mess up the opening, and carry on. Because I don't want to do that piece again. Please. And then did some pants that I also messed up, but we're not gonna see it, and I'm not gonna do a 4th pair of clothing. Like I said, please. I can now start on the trim, and for that, what easier way to do it than with paint? This was just so satisfying. I love to do that. I really think I need to find more ways to bring painting into my custom, because it just relaxes me, you know, like... Sorry, I went just a little bit far on that. Anyway, we'll jump right to the hair, and I already sectioned her hair loopies off. I'll give you guys just a little tip here, because if you ever have to try and thread something big into something small and you can do it, just take a little bit of tape and tape the strands as flat as you can, and then cut a triangle shape. It will make sure that no strand is left behind. My opening were still a little bit small though, so I had to use my tools to make it just a bit bigger. I also didn't want the beads to move, so I put just a little bit of glue and it dries clear, so we're not gonna see it. Now I really had to get on it, so I had to take her and put it in between my legs and just braid her off camera. I did a fishtail type of braid. And of course, after that, I just need to attach them in the back with some glue and some hairspray. And then I just need to add a small bead in the back too. I unfortunately didn't have enough hair to do the hair bun that she has in the back, but I think that's close enough. I can now put her dress on, and it's so coming along. I love it. First thing I want to add is her waist belt, and I'm just gonna derail a little bit here on her original design, but with the same cotton ribbon, just in a smaller size, I added whatever this is called, arm warmer. I mean, it's like a leg warmer but for arms, so I'm gonna call it that. I know it's usually blue, but I thought it did a better contrast. Now for the one object that differentiates Katara from the rest of the waterbender, her necklace. Fortunately for me, I had this lace, and when cut down, it looked like her choker. Just had to paint it blue, and since the circle is a bit bigger, it gave me much more room to try and put the design in. I had my own technique here, even though that for most of it, it didn't look anything like the design. I also had to add just a little bit of goat paint, and voila! We can now put it on her, and with that, let's go to the final shot.